Going out to a lot of Geminis. If for some reason this doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard the reading. Check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. Or remember that we have a general reading for all signs every day except for Monday. You can find all the most recent restreams of the tarot readings right on YouTube. Right on my website, ariels-corner.com. Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link right in the main menu. If you are watching on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, you can follow us on Twitch. And then you can watch on Twitch without ads if you subscribe. We do appreciate your support. Another way to support us is by going to our shop, arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com, where we make a small commission off of each and every sale. All right, Geminis, I think we are shuffled. We'll give this deck a nice clean cut and see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Geminis. Starting today, the 3rd of November, 2023, 2-week reading. The Magician, the Three of Swords, and the High Priestess. Yikes, yikes, yikes. That's why I had my mic turned off. I didn't want to tell you all this. It's going to be fine. It will be fine. It's just not my very favorite way to start things out, but you'll notice that things resolve. What you're feeling right now is probably the worst of it for many of you. Again, like if this isn't your reading, then I don't want you to project this. If this doesn't seem to be right for you, just disregard it. But there are those of you that are really going through it right now. And it hurts and it's bad. And some of you are dealing with great loss. Some of you are dealing with all kinds of horrible pain. And this is the worst of it. It's going to get better starting right now, even though it doesn't seem like it and you can't see how. That's what this priestess is talking about, how the resolution's going to come out of the blue. And it's going to just end, and it's going to seem like there's no way, and then it does. Then it's just resolved. But you don't need to pretend like everything's cool all the time. That's what this is talking about. It's just like, well, I don't want to put my pain on anybody. I just want everybody to think I'm happy and everything's going well. You don't have to do that. I mean, you don't have to tell everybody what you're going through, but you also don't need to fake it. You don't owe anybody a good time right now. Okay. You don't owe anybody anything. You were not put on this earth to entertain everybody. That's not why you're here. You're not here to be everybody's entertainer. So if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it, and you don't owe anybody anything. Now, I'm not saying that to go out and be a jerk, obviously, but you don't owe anybody anything. What you owe is yourself, to take care of yourself and to tend to yourself and to get your needs met right now. Okay, so I know it's really easy for me to say that, but what other people think of you is really not your concern right now. And if people think you're being selfish or whatever, taking care of yourself, that's fine. Let them. You need to be selfish right now. You need to take care of yourself right now. You got to take care of stuff right now. You don't owe it to, it's not about them. And so you don't need to be tap dancing. You don't need to be playing the shell game. You don't need to make sure that people like you. You don't need to make sure that everybody else is being taken care of. You need to take care of Gemini and recognize that it can be kind of scary at times. And right now it seems like it might be a little scary, but all is going to be well. So I'm going to open all this up. This is the 3 of Cups. This is the 9 of Cups. And this is the Queen of Coins. Like I said, everything's going to be more than okay. Everything's going to be fabulous. But you just got to get past this. And you can't get past this if your focus is on everybody else. Focus needs to be on Gemini. All right? And when you put the focus on yourself, sometimes it's like, well, I don't know who myself is. That's just like, I'm not, sometimes it's hard to put the focus on yourself. It's easier to put the focus on other people. But right now you're being asked to do the hard thing and focus on you. And when you do that, magic happens. When you put all the focus on you and getting yourself taken care of and allowing yourself what you might consider to be some selfishness right now, meaning that you're what's important, Because if you don't take care of yourself, there's not going to, how are you going to take care of anybody else? You can't give what you don't have. So right now, it's not about them. It's about you. Now, believe it or not, it's asking you, even in the midst of this, to celebrate. It's asking you to celebrate what you do have. It's asking you to celebrate what's working in your life. And it's doing that because that causes the magnetism necessary for you to get through this in a very rapid and very efficient manner. The more gratitude and celebration you find genuinely within yourself, and the more you focus on what you have and what is working, and you actually starve out the stuff that's not working to the best of your ability. I'm not saying that you should shirk your responsibilities or anything like that, but to the best of your ability, don't allow your emotions and mind to be hijacked by the ego into only thinking that everything's wrong. And really forcing yourself, and this is advanced stuff when you're in the midst of something, but you can do it. Focus on the things that are good. Focus on the things that you have. Find a way to celebrate what is good in the midst of it all. That takes gumption. That takes chutzpah. You have to have some audacity to do that, to stand up to the ego in that kind of a way. But it's what you're being called on to do. And when you do that, what do you get? Everything taken care of. Because it makes you magnetic to your good. All your finances start to come into balance. Your health starts to come into balance. All of the things that you need to take care of for Gemini start to come into balance, and things really start to work out. But it can't happen if your focus is on them. It can't. The only way that your focus can be on them is if you're grateful for them for yourself right now. That's the only reason why you focus on them. But you don't focus on them in as far as like, what do they need or what do they think of me? That's the wrong focus right now. That's going to be giving you more and more pain. It's going to give you more and more of what you don't want. But if you shift that focus to celebrating what you have and what's working and all of the things in your life that you might be taking for granted right now because they're not hurting. Because pain always calls attention to itself, doesn't it? It's like, well, and that's what it's there for, is to call to attention to itself so you take care of it. But sometimes in the healing process, things are still hurting and they don't need your attention anymore. And that's what you have to discern is, if I've already taken care of the immediate needs of taking care of this pain, and it's just still hurting while it's healing, then in order for me to accelerate and facilitate not only the healing process, but the magnetism so that I can go beyond healing and get the abundance that I deserve, then I'm going to shift my focus from this pain and start focusing on what I'm not noticing because the pain's been taking all of my attention. That's when things start coming out of nowhere for you. That's what this high priestess is all about. She's the mysterious goddess of the underworld and the behind the scenes goddess. She's the womb. She's the earth. She's everything that's behind the scenes that creates reality for you. And it always happens like before we had digital photography, it all happened in the dark room. And that's what's happening. It always happens in the dark for a reason, because in that particular case, light is not appropriate. Light's not appropriate for an embryo. Light's not appropriate for a new seedling. Light's not appropriate for a photographic plate that's needing to be developed. Light's appropriate after that. It has to happen in the darkness, and that's what's happening for you. So you're not going to see it, but you'll feel it. You'll feel it because you're going to shift that focus from that pain onto, well, what's working? What am I grateful for? What are my blessings? And it's not an assignment like, okay, I got to count my blessings. It's a real dynamic practice where you say, I acknowledge what I'm going through. I've taken care of everything that I can take care of in regards to this. Now I'm going to focus on other things that this has been stealing my attention from. I'm going to focus on what I have And there's no big or small with this. I'm grateful for the air I breathe. I'm grateful for the clothes on my back. I'm so grateful that I have food in my house. And if you don't, well, you can find something grateful anyway, to be grateful for anyway. But it's not just that, yeah, I'm going to list it. I'm going to celebrate it. I'm going to get very enthusiastic about it. Very enthusiastic. And that causes a kind of like this dynamo to happen within you where you become magnetic to more and more and more and more and more. And then while you're healing from this, you're also taking care of things on other levels, in other areas of your life that might easily be neglected because you're feeling this pain or feeling this loss. So I know it's not easy, what I'm asking you to do, to turn away from necessarily from other people and their opinions, to think beyond your pain, especially if you're going through great loss. So we're not saying not to grieve. We're not saying to neglect this, but we're also saying don't let this allow you to neglect your gratitude. You don't need to be in denial of your darkness, but don't let the darkness allow you to be in denial of your light. Don't allow the darkness to allow you to be in denial of your good. Don't let the pain be the only star of the show, because it's not all there is. So, again, a lot of times when people hear this, they think, oh, well, all you're doing is saying, well, go into denial and put your head in the sand and don't take care of business and only think positive thoughts. That is not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. But I am saying your mind is very, very, very powerful. And so in addition to taking care of what you got to take care of, you need to shift your focus away from other people and also focus into having the audacity to celebrate what's working in your life, even in the midst of this. And you're going to notice that like I said, this is already the worst of it. It's already healing. So you don't want to necessarily just stick with this, because then you're neglecting all of this good that's ready to come to you. So the way that you take care of that, like I said, is you get very, very enthusiastic and very grateful about what is working. And then that starts that dynamo, and that dynamo becomes magnetic, and you pull towards you all of your good, and it comes out of nowhere. And you know how to do this. You know that I'm right, but you want to put your focus on this Queen of Coins where you're doing that, rather than putting your focus on other people and other people's problems, other people's opinions, other people's everything. For now, focus off of others, focus on Gemini. Get your needs met here, and then expand. You're doing great. It's hard right now for many of you, but I promise this is the worst of it, and it's all turning. And you may not see the light at the end of the tunnel yet, because you're in the darkness for a good reason, for a positive reason, so that these other manifestations can come forward. And you're doing great. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of the amazing moderators. It looks like we had Jennifer and Dre, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, Gemini. Blessed be.